All right, hello, welcome everyone to Music Business One. Excited to have a packed class for Music Business One. There's 7 of you online right now during the live session, but I think there's about 50 students in this course. So really exciting to have a lot of people interested in learning about the music business. I want you guys to take a quick second and use the chat and let me know what area of the music business you're interested in. Are you a musician? Are you interested in going to management, promoting, booking, PR? Are you looking into going to copyright and publishing, law? Or are you kind of just figuring it out and trying to learn all about the music business right now and figure out what side of the business you're interested in? So feel free to type that in the chat as we're going. I'll keep an eye on that. So Zachary is in the master's program for music management and production, hoping to be a producer. Awesome. That's exciting. Very cool. So yeah, keep using the chat. I'd love to see what you guys are into as we go through the session. But today we're gonna tell you a little bit about myself, then the course materials, or the course book. We'll go over that and kind of the structure of the course, the modules, and all that good stuff. So let's get started. A little bit about me. So I've been in the music industry since 2006, most of the time on the promoter side and booking shows for venues or for a promoter. And I kind of fell into it, not on accident. I was always a music fan and lover, and kind of like my mantra for all my courses. And I also have a podcast about the music business. The mantra for all those is to go see shows, meet people, make stuff. Because really that's what it takes, right? The music industry is a lifestyle business. It's not something you go in, you clock in at 10 o'clock and clock out at 6, whatever it is, 8, 9 hour day. It's literally round the clock all the time. You're pretty much almost always working in the music industry, especially your first 20 to 25 years. That's about how long it takes for you to earn your stripes, but even past then, you'll probably still on regular basis be working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks. And depending what area of the industry you're in, you'll be traveling a lot and on the road a lot. Not saying this to scare anyone off, just trying to be like very real. Like it's my lifestyle. My entire life revolves around it, and anyone that goes into it, your life will be as well if you're going to be successful at it. So the best thing to do right now is to go to shows, meet people at these shows, meet the people that are running these venues, meet the people that are doing security, meet the people that are working behind the bar, meet the people that are working merch, the person behind the soundboard, the band members, regardless of what area you're in, right? Whether it's PR and event booking like Marlon, or if it's being a producer, especially if you're a musician, you should always be going to shows. That's kind of like the sign right now while you're in college, if you're gonna make it or not. If you're going to shows 2-3 days a week, you're good. And that includes playing. If you're playing shows, that's fine too. But you should be either going to or playing shows 2 to 3 days a week minimum. People in Nashville, New York, LA are going to shows 4 or 5 nights a week. This literally is a lifestyle. Just want to prepare you guys for that. So more about my background. So I put on a concert at UCF. I was a pre-med student. So in 2006, wanted to put on a concert just to kind of scratch that itch one time before I go to medical school. And it was a festival full of local bands raising money for hunger and homelessness. And all the bands played for free because I went to so many shows and I knew who all the local bands are. And when I asked them, I was friends with them, they all said, of course, they'll play for free and not charge anything so we can raise as much money for charity as possible. So that was really cool. The thing I didn't expect, after that festival's over, I started working with half the bands on that festival, booking them around the state, booking shows at local clubs in Orlando, and told my parents, you know what, I am not going to get a quote-unquote real job anymore and become a doctor. I'm going to explore this music industry because I feel like I'm really good at it, and I have a lot of fun in it. So that led to me booking around the state for these bands, and then we kept this festival going every year for 6 years. The 3rd annual was at a venue in Orlando called the Plaza Live. And when I reached out to them about booking this festival there, they actually ended up recruiting me to be their first ever talent buyer, which is someone that books shows for a venue or for a promoter. That's a talent buyer. We'll get more into that later on in the course. And worked for this venue for 4 years. My biggest success at that venue is one, getting it listed in the top 100 clubs in the world based on ticket sales, and also booking Childish Gambino. That was like a giant success. This was in 2008 or 9 we booked him. It was right before he took off and started playing like really big venues. So that was really cool. That led to working at House of Blues for Live Nation in New Orleans for 2 years, from 2012 to 14. A lot of successes there, but family got me come back to Florida. The family needed me, and I needed them. So ended up back in Florida. Unfortunately, there was nothing open with Live Nation. Like I always joke, if you want to work for one of these big companies, you either have to wait for someone to retire, die, or get promoted. It's about the only way you'll get people to leave. So when you have a prestigious position, you have to try to hold on to it. But unfortunately, I had to let it go. But that led to teaching, and I started teaching at Full Sail. Fell in love with teaching, and being around young students like you all. It really was inspiring and motivating to see how driven and excited you all are to learn about the music business. And it's just really cool to teach it. And I kind of, still being my 30s, I didn't want to tell the same stories in class for the next 30, 40 years. So that inspired me to get back in. I started booking shows locally, managing artists, had all my students helping me with these shows and with these artists. So it was a way to get them real life experience. And that led to me working at my current job. So currently my full-time gig is working for AEG Presents. I've been there for 1.5 years. They're the biggest competitor to Live Nation. So they're like the second biggest promoter in the world. And they do shows worldwide. I work for their Florida office based in West Palm. And I travel the state as a production manager covering shows for them. Anything from club shows to arenas to amphitheaters, festivals. But mostly we're in the PAC world, which is Performing Arts Center. So those are places like, the Olympia Theater in Miami, the Adrian Arch Center, the Broward Center, places like that, all over the state. So that's what I'm mostly working in, and then a few amphitheater shows. And I'm the first one there, last one to go. I work on arranging all the details for those shows in advance, but I'm also on the road a lot. I'm on the road 125 to 150 days a year. So a lot of the classes will be taught from the road while I'm at a hotel or at a venue or at the home office. Occasionally I may have to reschedule a class because being on the road and being in this business is unpredictable, but I will let you guys know as soon as possible about that. But that's kind of my background and about me. And as we continue on, this shouldn't take much longer, but as we talk about the course, if you guys have any questions at any time, again, feel free to use the chat to chime in, or unmute the mic and ask a question, and just make sure to mute it back to prevent background noise. All right, so the book for the class, since most of you are probably musicians, which has been in the past for music business at FIU, or you're aspiring managers, or kind of trying to figure out what area to go into the music industry, I really love this book. This is very artist focused, but this is also very helpful to anyone that wants to be a manager or just learn more about the music business, right? So it's how to make it in the new music business. And it's by Ari Herstand, who has been a guest on my podcast to talk about this book and everything. And I think that's one of the required listenings for Module 1. But this book should be available at the bookstore. I sent you guys a link to Amazon. They ship it pretty quick. You won't need it until next week, but try to make your plans early with this hurricane coming. I don't know how fast shipping will be through Amazon. So try to get your book today, at least get it ordered today or tomorrow, the latest, so you guys have it for next week. So the structure of the course, we do everything. And so instead of like having weekly meetings, we do everything in 2-week modules. So for 2 weeks, we kind of discuss a topic. So whatever the topic is for that module, we'll cover that topic for 2 weeks, except for, I think, the first module, since we have this intro week this week. So next week's will be a week, and then after that will be 2-week modules. And then there is weekly quizzes or mini assignments, not both. So it'll either be a quiz. Those will be graded pretty straightforward. There's 10 questions. Each question is worth 10 points. And if it's mini assignments, the grading is as I have on here. So mini assignments, like, it's going to be related to the module. I like creating real life assignments that you guys can literally take the mini assignment and apply it to a real world situation. Like writing a pitch to book a show, for example. That's one of the ones I use a lot, or routing a tour, researching venues in around the state of Florida that are of the, a certain capacity, whatever. So very practical, real life assignments is what I like using. So I feel like that's the biggest benefit for you guys, and which is why I also selected the book that we use. But for those mini assignments, there's 3 grades. It's either you didn't do it, so it's a 0, you completed it, it's an automatic 80. And if you did more than just the minimum requirement, but you don't have to write a novel, but if you give me just a little bit more effort, I know I can tell it's not something that's kind of just like made up. It's like I can tell you did the work, then you get 100 on those mini assignments. Then each module has a Twitter chat. I'm gonna send you guys the directions for those. But the directions are already on Canvas also. So make sure you check the Twitter chat on Canvas. So every other Tuesday, so again, working in the 2-week modules, there is a Twitter chat where you have to engage with each other. It's a great way to get to know the other students in the class. I try to chime in as much as I can. You have to use like a specific hashtag. There's specific types of posts you have to create. There's 4 posts for each Twitter chat. So yes, you will need an Instagram handle. If you don't want to use your personal one, then maybe create one for the class. So just an example, like not to pick on Charmaine, but you're the first name I see. So like you did Charmaine FIU music business, like, or whatever. Just make up a Twitter handle that you can use for the class, and then get rid of it, or you don't have to use your name at all. So everyone will need to do that. If for some reason you can't use Twitter, make sure to send me a message and let me know why. And I'll try to see if I can come up with an alternative assignment for you. But basically, you have to find an article that's relevant to the module we're talking about. Post that article. You have to and ask a question that has to do with that module. And then the other 2 posts, you have to answer another student's question, and then you have to respond to one of the articles that a student posted. And then you have to take screenshots of your 4 posts, put those on a Word document, and upload them on Canvas. Pretty simple. It's an easy assignment. Doesn't take much time, and a lot of students in the past really enjoyed it because they get to know the other students and kind of learn a lot about the industry as well. Then we have a midterm assignment. That's going to be a brand audit. That's already on the syllabus. I sent you all the syllabus on Canvas, so everyone should have it already. And just in case, I haven't actually checked the one that's on the platform. Always use what I send you guys as a message as the default, as the golden rule. So if whatever I send you as a message is different from what's on Canvas, then go by what I sent you on a message. So that, or what I discuss in these sessions, those are like the overarching, I guess, parameters for the class. So always pay attention to that. What else? Final exam. We'll be doing final exam week. Let me see. There's a question. Reference to the syllabus. States due dates Wednesday, December 13. Are you looking at the syllabus that I emailed you, or are you looking at the syllabus that's on Canvas? It should be the current one on Canvas. But if not, then definitely look at the one that I sent you as a message. But let me take a quick look at the syllabus. So we're talking about final exam week. So final exam week is December 2nd through 6th. So the final due is not Wednesday, December 13th. Let's make sure I have it in the right spot. Where are you getting December 13th from? Just make sure there's no error in here. Yeah, definitely go by the syllabus I sent you guys on Canvas. So if you don't have that syllabus, please send me a message, and I'll make sure you guys get the right syllabus. Late assignments. So my rule for late assignments is if it's 1 day late, it's 20 points off. If it's 2 days late, it's 50 points off, and then no more late assignments at 3 days off. If an assignment is due at 11:59 on Sunday, and you send me a message on Sunday, I'm not going to be very lenient. Other than that, I am super lenient, and probably overly lenient if you talk to any of my past students. Almost a pushover, so please don't take advantage of that. But the one thing I ask for like I work in the music industry. I know stuff comes up. I know a lot of you are musicians. You always get last minute gigs, last minute opportunities, maybe your last minute shift to work. So just communicate with me right away if you need extra time for an assignment. So just let me know if you need an extra day or two, or what's happening. And I know life is crazy. There's obviously like a hurricane coming, and there's always health and family issues. So I just ask, please be honest and communicate with me right away. And most of the times I'm super lenient on giving enough time, but please also don't take advantage of me being super lenient also. The module topics. So these are our 7 modules. So this is intro week, then we'll have 7 2-week modules, and then the final exam week. And the modules, the first one, we're going to look at the lay of the land. So who are all the different, what are all the different roles in the music business? We're going to talk about branding. We're going to talk about copyright and publishing in module 2, which I think is going to be really important to the musicians in the class and aspiring managers or people who want to work for a label. How do you copyright music? Then we'll talk about labels and releasing music, marketing and content strategies, touring, playing colleges and sponsorships. And then the last module we'll talk about music licensing, music supervision, and film scoring, which I know a lot of you are interested in as well. So those are the module topics. And then the last thing on the syllabus, I have these resources right here, and I think there's a few more. These are some resources you can use for the Twitter chats on where you can find your articles. And of course, you find other resources online, more like credible resources. It's like New York Times, if it's Wall Street Journal, they post a lot about music industry as well. So those are good resources, or like the Miami Herald and so on. And that is really it. So I'm gonna open the floor to you guys. Again, if you have any questions, type them in the chat or unmute your mic and then you just mute it back afterwards. But yeah, any questions from you guys? And then for those of you who don't have any questions, feel free to sign off. I'm gonna upload this recording onto YouTube and send everyone the link, which is kind of the format I'll have for all the sessions. If you do make the sessions live, I am going to give extra credit starting next week. And I'll have some other extra credit opportunities, which most likely will be going to shows. So those are the 2 ways you get extra credit, by attending the sessions live or going to shows. And I'll always put the recordings on YouTube and send them to you guys. Thank you, Zachary. Be safe. And let me see, there's a question from Marlon. Is it Marlon or Marlene? No, they're not going to be every Thursday. So just check the syllabus. The dates are on there. Again, it's every 2 weeks. So it's 2-week modules. So there's only 7 meetings that we'll have. Of course, I'm available over email or on Canvas as well. But it's every 2 weeks, and the dates are always different only because of my travel and touring schedule. So sometimes it might be a Monday morning. The next time it might be a Wednesday night. But again, they're also always recorded, and I always send you guys the recordings if you can't make it live. So good question. Anybody else? Any questions?
Hello, it's Aiden.
Hey.
My question was in reference to the syllabus. I already posted it, but the confusion that I had was Wednesday. It says Wednesday, December 13th, but December 11th is a Wednesday and December 13th is a Friday. That was my confusion.
Are you looking at the syllabus that I emailed on Canvas, or are you looking at the syllabus that's like on Canvas?
I'm looking at the syllabus that's on Canvas because I registered late. I had issues with registration and I never received your personal email to us.
Got it, okay. You can see the chat, right, on here?
Yes.
Type in my email address, send me an email, and I'll send you the syllabus. And anyone else too.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And anyone else in the course, if you go on like the contact page on Canvas, it has my email on there. So just email me if you guys register late and you need the syllabus. But yeah, go by the one that I messaged on Canvas, and if you register late, then just send me an email and I'll send you guys the current syllabus. Anything else? Any other questions or concerns? Or anything about the music business you guys want to talk about? Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to hit end to the recording. If anyone has any questions, best way to get a hold of me is on Canvas. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Aiden. And send me a message on Canvas if it's something that needs like a reply within 1 to 3 days. If it's urgent, then just email me. email definitely comes to my phone. Canvas is supposed to come to my phone, but I feel like it doesn't always. So definitely send me an email if it's very urgent. And I'll try to get back to you guys ASAP. But thank y'all to those that joined the live session. And those are watching the recording. Again, feel free to email me or send me a message whenever if you have any questions or concerns about the class. And I wish everyone a good day, a successful semester, and please be safe with this hurricane. Hopefully it doesn't come our way. And I will talk to everyone soon.